Blog Talk Radio. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Stress is Stressing Me Out podcast. I am your host, Maki Adeyemi, and in today's episode, we will be discussing natural and simple stress relievers. Before I get into today's episode, I want to offer condolences to the people of Great Britain in the UK for the loss of Queen Elizabeth II's husband, Prince Philip. Like most of you, the Queen Elizabeth II is the only queen that we have ever known. She's the longest reigning monarch, from what I understand. She's the longest reigning monarch in history. And I'm sorry for the loss of her husband. They've been married for 73 years. That is quite a long time. And I offer my condolences to the British people. Okay, today's devotional. Today's devotional will be coming from the book of Galatians 3, verses 26 through 29. And it says, "So in Christ Jesus you are all children of God through faith." And the name of this devotional is Hosting Royalty. After meeting the Queen of England at a ball in Scotland, Sylvia and her husband received a message that the royal family would like to visit them for tea. Sylvia started cleaning and prepping, nervous about hosting the royal guests. Before they were due to arrive, she went outside to pick some flowers for the table, her heart racing. Then she sensed God reminding her that He's the King of Kings and that He's with her every day. Immediately she felt peaceful and thought, after all, it's only the Queen. Sylvia is right. As the Apostle Paul noted, God is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And those who follow Him are children of God. When we belong to Christ, we're heirs of Abraham. We no longer are bound by divisions such as that of race, social class, or gender, for we're all one in Christ Jesus. We're children of the King. Although Sylvia and her husband had a marvelous meal with the Queen, I don't anticipate receiving an invitation from her anytime soon. But I love the reminder that the highest King of all is with me every moment, and that those who believe in Jesus wholeheartedly can live in unity, knowing they're God's children. How could you hold on to this truth? How could holding on to this truth shape the way we live today? And I want to go back to where it says that we're no longer bound by divisions such that of race, social class, or gender. If we look at our society today, if we look at what's being projected on the news, and as I said before, we really do not have a media. We have a bunch of talking heads and a bunch of propaganda and a bunch of opinions. There was once a time where the media was respected in this country. You know, when you heard Cronkite, when you heard Rather and Peter Jennings, and even way before Cronkite, or maybe around the same time, Murrow, media people were very well respected because when they brought you the news, you expected them to tell you the truth. Not so much today. And in our media, we're seeing things play out. So we're seeing riots, the riots that are going on. Well, not necessarily riots. The protests that are going on in Minnesota. The Chauvin case is also going on in Minnesota. We have, I believe today, we have a lot of propaganda out there that is dividing us by race. They're pinning the African Americans against the Latinos, or the African Americans against the Asians against the Caucasians, and it's always been the African Americans always pinned, against Caucasians and Caucasians against us. A lot of that stuff, as I said before, is a bunch of propaganda. And they would like nothing more to see this country divided. They want to see this country brought to its knees. It's just so much that is going on. It's too much going on, actually. But I'm very glad that each and every day, as this devotional said, I have the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords with me each and every day, and I do not have to worry about all that stuff that you see on TV, all the stuff that you read on the internet, all the stuff that you hear on the radio. Once you have the Lord in your life, not saying that once you get saved, it is downhill all the way and the wind at your back. That's never going to be the case. You're always going to have trials and tribulations. But the thing about having trials and tribulations is that the Lord is there to bring us out of all of it. And that's peace of mind for me. Okay, let's get into today's topic. There are many effective ways to manage stress, but sometimes the simplest strategies are the best. Keeping things simple and focusing on activities you can work into your daily life can help you save effort and money as you increase your resilience to the stress of daily life. The following 5 simple stress relievers to take advantage of in your daily life. Number 1, try aromatherapy. Aromatherapy provides a simple and effective way to minimize stress passively. Just create a soothing environment. Studies have found that certain scents bring specific benefits. For example, peppermint oil. Peppermint oil can help you feel more mentally sharp. Lavender. Lavender can help you sleep more easily, soundly, and feel more relaxed. You can use a diffuser or a scented candle. In my classroom at school, on my desk, I have a wax burner. And I have different scents of wax that I can put on, and the burner will melt it. It makes the classroom environment so relaxing, and sometimes it calms the students down. I also have a diffuser in my living room and my bathroom at home. Number 2, use positive affirmations. This is an easy way to boost your confidence, stay focused, and relieve stress. Repeating mantras to yourself can minimize stress and boost resilience. Remind yourself of your strengths. Positive affirmations also increase academic performance and better problem solving. Focus on what you know is true about yourself. You can say something like, "Today I am performing at my best. Today I appreciate all I have. I never stress under pressure." Okay, number 3, sip a cup of tea. I drink hot tea in the evening. I also love having iced tea as well. British researchers conducted a double-blind randomized study with 75% of men who were either given black tea or a placebo for 6 weeks. A sidebar here, when we say double-blind, it just means that the researcher and the participants don't know if you are receiving the experimental treatment or the standard treatment or a placebo. The results shows that drinking black tea was associated with greater relaxation and lower post-stress cortisol levels. Number 4, work music into more of your life. Putting on uplifting music can boost your mood and increase your overall feelings of well-being. We listen to music in the shower, while we get ready to go to work in the morning, while we commute, while we clean up, or going to sleep at night. The type of music does not matter as long as you enjoy it. I know me, myself, I love listening to music from the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. I love the Beatles, Elvis, Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, Roy Orbison and the B-52s. I first saw them in 1989 at the Muni here in St. Louis. I was in eighth grade. It was a wonderful show. Also, uplifting music. Um, I also like to listen to gospel music. I listen to Jimmy Swaggart. So try adding music to your daily life. So what is the fifth natural and simple stress reliever? I will tell you on the other side of the break. What is the fifth natural and simple stress reliever? Get a daily dose of laughter. Having a good laugh is a known way to release tension. Many people wait for the humor to strike them rather than taking specific steps to get more laughter into their lives. Laughing is associated with lowered levels of stress, increased immunity, cardiac health, and even better looking abs. You can watch funny movies, watch funny videos, or listen to podcasts. I used to watch a show called Ridiculousness. I'm not sure that if it still comes on MTV or MTV2, I believe. On YouTube, there were videos of individuals that were stealing a skateboard, and the skateboard was had a string attached, and it was tied to either a pole or a tree or a gate. And someone would just come by, random person would just come by. They would steal the skateboard, get on it, and ride off on it until the string pulls them back and they fall. I really didn't want to laugh because someone could have gotten hurt. Well, they should not have stolen the what wasn't theirs. They shouldn't have taken the skateboard anyway. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? Tweet me at stressingism or email me at sismo1875@gmail.com. You can hear this podcast on TuneIn, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Plays, and of course Blog Talk Radio. Until next week, let not your heart be troubled. Relax.